Another member of the United States Congress with allegations of sexual impropriety. 7-term Representative David Wu of Oregon is resisting calls for his resignation. Brian Todd here. He's working the story for us. What happened here, Brian?
Well, Wolf, this congressman remains in office, but the pressure is mounting on him to resign. Congressman Wu has been troubled by reports of erratic behavior, run-ins with his staff, and now an unwanted sexual encounter with a young girl. An embattled congressman sees his own party's support quickly slipping away over alleged sexual misconduct. David Wu of Oregon faces a possible House ethics investigation requested by fellow Democrat House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi. He's also fighting off calls to resign. This after a report in the Oregonian newspaper saying a young woman had called Wu's office in the spring, accusing him of aggressive and unwanted sexual behavior. Jessica Brady's been reporting on Wu's troubles all year for the newspaper Roll Call.
We know that she is about 18 years old, that she called Mr. Wu's congressional office back in the state, sounded very distraught on the phone, and said that she was the subject of an unwanted sexual encounter with him. She's the daughter of one of his old college friends and a campaign donor.
The Oregonian reports that, according to an unnamed member of his staff, when he was confronted by his aides, Wu admitted a sexual encounter but said it was consensual. Despite our repeated attempts, Wu's aides said he didn't want to speak to us on camera. He did issue a statement saying, "This is very serious and I have absolutely no desire to bring unwanted publicity, attention or stress to a young woman and her family." This is only the latest twist in a pattern of trouble for Congressman Wu. Earlier this year, he admitted that he sought medical help after some strange behavior during his re-election campaign last fall that he said was brought on by the stress of being a single parent and the death of his father. Back in the fall, he sent this picture of himself in a tiger costume to his staff. He reportedly said it was around Halloween and he was joking with his kids. But a report in the Oregonian, citing anonymous sources within Wu's congressional office and his re-election campaign, said his staff became so concerned with what they described as his erratic behavior in public and private that urged him to seek psychiatric treatment. The paper says he refused. How toxic is he right now for the Democrats?
They very quickly, which just goes to show you they're trying to distance themselves from Wu. Look, they remember what happened to Anthony Wu just about a month ago when that dragged out, and it was really a drag down on Democrats. They want to cut this off as quickly as possible.
Now, although Congressman Wu has so far resisted calls to resign, there are reports that he won't run for re-election next year. And Wolf, his troubles go back to 2004 and way beyond that. Back in 2004, the Oregonian reported that he had tried to force a former girlfriend to have sex with him. He admitted to it back in 2004. This was back in the 70s this incident occurred. Back in 2004, he admitted it. He took responsibility for it. That was 3 weeks before the election, and he got re-elected. So his troubles go back kind of a long way.
So it happens this time. All right, thanks very much for that.